versus Tranda.
You give me strength.
Your soul shall be mine.
Don't think any of these are quite keeps. Pretty weak hand unless I pick up some elementals. Yikes. Well, I do have 6 elementals I can draw to activate the Stone Shaper on curve.
Someone injured?
And even the 1-drops aren't bad because I can just tap along with them. Wonder if I Corrupting Mist a Northshire Cleric.
You wish to live forever.
God, my hand sucks. The thing is, if I Corrupting Mist here, I don't really have a turn 4 play still. Maybe I tap here and then next turn is Mist plus tap? If I give him one more turn of stuff on the board, I could actually just die to Divine Spirit stuff, but I think that's pretty unlikely. Let's just chill for one more turn, probably Mist next turn. Or I can just play Mountain Giant. Or I guess even maybe with the Mountain Giant, the Corrupting Mist is still better. Give myself a clear board to play an 8/8.
Let the pain speak to me.
The Acolyte really makes me want to play Mist. Because I don't want it to get a draw. I can Mist tap. Next turn I could Mountain Giant. I could Mist Doomsayer here, but then... yeah, I could still play Mountain Giant next turn. Mist Doomsayer would prevent him from doing anything. Let's go Mist Doomsayer. I don't think the Doomsayer is particularly good in this matchup anyway. So he could play a thing here and have it stick, but he'd have to somehow find 2 more damage to put into this Doomsayer. Alright, I guess I did give him the opportunity to draw with the Cleric, but I don't think I mind that too much. Alright, he's just cycling the Purify, because the Doomsayer is still going to kill that thing, even though he silenced off the Corrupting Mist. Play our 8/8 here. If he doesn't have Shadow over Death here, I'm feeling pretty good. If he does have Shadow over Death, I can still play a Frost Elemental. I guess I just want to freeze that. I guess the question is, do I also send the Mountain Giant into it, or do I just punch him in the face for 8? I've already seen 2 silences, it's not that likely he'd have another one. Let's just Frost Elemental this guy and punch him for 8. And even if he does have the silence for it, he's going to have to find another Divine Spirit because he'll silence off that buff. I could actually still die here though, it is possible. Alright. That sucks, huh? I can go for Stone Shaper plus Corrupting Mist here. The Stone Shaper is actually very difficult for him to get through. Unfortunately, it does kill my guys too, which obviously I'm not a big fan of. But I think it is the play. And then I guess I attack into this since my guys are dying anyway. I'm dead to Silence Inner Fire here. Probably some other stuff I'm dead to also.
Blessed be this funnel cake.
Alright, cool. So his guys are gonna die. His big guys are gonna die. Mine are too, of course, but I think that's okay. So unfortunately, 4 of my 7 cards aren't really playable here. Probably do want to play the Frost Elemental to get my chain active again. If there wasn't a Cleric on his side of the board, I'd be happy to Earthen Ring Farseer my dude. I guess I can tap here. Let's just trade off and freeze this dude. So I believe I've seen one Divine Spirit, one Power Word Shield, and no Inner Fires. So if he has exactly Power Word Shield, Divine Spirit, Inner Fire, there's a chance I could die this turn. That is pretty darn specific. But I guess I do have a good play anyway that plays around that. I think I'd take this thing. I don't think Silence Priest plays Shadow or Death, at least they don't always play it. Alright, this thing's not an elemental though, so this guy's not very big next turn. But maybe next turn could be like Firefly, Flame Elemental, Blaze Caller into a 5/20. Alright, so he only has one Silence left in the deck. That's good to know. Okay, but he did draw the Razor Leaf. So I want to Blaze Caller this guy, but I'm not really sure what else I want to do. I do value this taunt, but if I trade it in here, like it's at 1 health, what's he gonna do about it? I guess maybe I should just trade off like this, and just really make sure this taunt stays healthy. And I think we're gonna set up for this fat Osrook. And I'm even gonna Corruption this flower, or this plant, whatever the fuck it is. It's kind of weird because he hasn't silenced this yet, so he wants to silence it anyway. But the Corruption kind of forces him to silence it this turn. And if he doesn't have his like Divine Spirit stuff, he really might not want to silence it this turn. So even though it seems like the silence is good value there, I think it's actually pretty awkward for him.
Blessed be this funnel cake.
Alright, cool. I think it's actually pretty tough for him to kill me now, because he's used both of his Razor Leafs. He's used one of his Divine Spirits. I think at this point I can just kill all of his things and he won't be able to kill me. But first things first, let's play this fatty. Dope. I guess I'll just make this trade. It's worse against Dragonfire Potion, I suppose. But to deal with my board, he needs Dragonfire Potion and Shadow Word Death. And I'm not sure that deck runs either, let alone both.
It is finished.
Nice.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
We got our Mountain Giant. I guess I'll keep it. Am I allowed to play Tar Creeper on 3 if I want to play Mountain Giant? I don't think so. Quest Mage, huh? Probably a rough matchup. But if we play an 8/8 on turn 4, maybe we can just beat his ass.
An incredible discovery.
I could also just forego the Mountain Giant, because I have a 3 through 7 elemental curve. Alright, let's try playing elementals. I guess in this deck playing Mountain Giant on turn 4 is actually kind of awkward, because you want to play an elemental for Servant of Kalamos. Same reason as Tol'vir Stone Shaper is actually kind of awkward. So I think I'm gonna pass on the Stone Shaper so I can play a Servant of Kalamos. Alright, that's pretty slow, but he did need to play that eventually. Let's play the Servant here. I'm actually somewhat tempted to take the Stormwatcher, because it can do a lot of damage. But I have a lot of expensive, clunky cards in my hand, so I'll take a cheap thing. And the combos, right?
Mind if I roll need?
Well, let's hope he doesn't have Mirror Entity. He shouldn't, but damn, it'll suck if he does. And then we'll freeze this Loot Hoarder, because I don't want him to get the card out of it. And punch him in the face. I did break... Oh no, I did play an Elemental, never mind. So the Blaze Caller is still active next turn, right?
I hope you like my invention.
Kinda want to just go face with Blaze Caller here. Oh, let's get him. I think the plan against Quest Mage is pretty much just beat his ass until he dies. I have 2 Tar Creepers, so I can just kind of ignore all his minions. It would have been kind of nice to freeze the loot order again so he can't get the card. But I think getting out of Blaze Caller is pretty nice. 5 immediate damage, 6 damage next turn probably. He's gonna be able to kill one of my Tar Creepers here if he wants. At least one of them. Alright, Blizzard is annoying. Wonder if I want to Farseer one of my dudes. Keep the Blaze Caller out of Flame Strike range. I think I like that. Where do I want to place the Earthen Ring?
When Earth moves, empires fall. Eyes to reach.
Alright.
I hope you like my invention.
So obviously he needs some kind of card to deal with my board here, whether it be a freeze or a wipe. At this point it looks like it needs to be Frost Nova. I mean, Ice Block is also a good card. Where was his quest at right there? 3? Okay. Seems like I should be able to pop him here. Alright, Frostbolt off the Babbling Book. Alright, so it's not Ice Barrier. So I guess we just pop him here. And I really don't think there's all that much reason to tap. So I guess I just won't. I did break my Elemental Chain there. So I can't go for Blaze Caller lethal next turn. Maybe I should have popped him at... I think I could have popped him at 2 and traded off my Glacial Shard. So I could just play the Frost Elemental and have Blaze Caller be active. Okay. Didn't really seem like there was much reason to play that Frostbolt there. I guess it accelerates his quest. If he's playing the Sorcerer's Apprentice version though, or really any version, this was 0 mana already, so I don't really see much of a reason to play it. It's actually kind of strange. Okay, so let's just like pop him with this thing, I guess. Yeah, the taunt's actually kind of nice. I don't want it to get vaporized. Pop him with Earthen Ring, I guess. And then I guess the rest of my dudes are on cleanup duty. We'll trade off the Glacial Shard. Because I do want to keep my Elemental Chain active. So we'll do this, I guess. Frost Nova Doomsayer. I do have a Hellfire. Let's hope that's not a 3rd Ice Block. Or even a counterspell. Alright, so we probably Corrupting Mist to play around counterspell here. Okay, it was Ice Block. Throw out the Firefly here so I can Blaze Caller him next turn. If he's playing Giants, I might just be dead here. That's probably a good start to the turn for me. Time Warp doesn't break my Elemental Chain, does it? Because I never get the turn.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Oh, he's playing the Sorcerer's Apprentice version. Does he have it?
Someday I'll be just like you.
Don't be an Ice Block, you fucker. That's another Ice Block. I'm actually going to lose this game. Can I tap into anything helpful? Not really. The one secret's been in play forever, so I know it's not Ice Block or Mirror Entity. Let's just try to kill him. Got another Ice Block, oh my god. Well, I guess I play shit out here. None of it really matters, because I'm just gonna die. He has 18 damage from Sorcerer's Apprentices, so he just needs a Fireball. And he also gets Babbling Book plus 2 hero powers, so he only needs a Frostbolt actually. I'm not actually dead. But there's like nothing that I can do to pop him. This turn anyway. I guess I'd rather this get Mirror Entity'd.
Empires
Mind if I roll need?
The thing is, because that deck's trying to OTK with Sorcerer's Apprentices, it doesn't actually play that much damage. So honestly, I'm not sure if he can kill me. Easily, at least. He chose not to hero power my face there, which seems weird.
You face Jaraxxus.
Jaraxxus was a super good draw.
Burning Legion.
I have to proc an Ice Barrier anyway, so I'll just go face. Oh, I killed him! Wow, I beat him through 4 Ice Blocks? What the fuck? That was 4, right? I know it was at least 3.